Hey everybody! Good morning and welcome to Project WalkAbout. I am your host, Becca the Sneaky Hobbit, and we are outside today, so let's just get right to that walk now, shall we? We are outside. It has been either rainy or snowy or whatever every other time I've recorded, so this is the first time I've actually been outside walking around when I've been recording, so finally outside noises! Heck yes! Okay, so I believe I promised you guys a little insight into some of the problems I've had to deal with before so that anybody going through the same thing will realize just how not alone you are out there. Pretty much, though, I've been through quite a variety. I have been through terrible relationships and or breakups. I have been through terrible living situation after terrible living situation after terrible living situation. I have been through crap job after crap job after crap job. I have had to deal with that lovely phenomenon that we typically refer to as the quote-unquote fake friend. I find it odd that we call them this because, of course, the fake friend is not a friend at all. But I have had to deal with that plenty of times, more times than I care to share. That's definitely the one aspect I would say where my life has turned around, because the friends I have now are completely phenomenal. But yes, if you've been through any of those things, please leave me a tweet at Sneaky Hobbit. Tell me, we'll share war stories. So I also said I was going to explain about the new rating system. I'll be applying that, beginning with the next episode, to everything I create. It is a very simple, color-coded rating system. The purpose of this system is so that anybody looking at my material and trying to decide if they want to either read it, listen to it, whatever, themselves, or if they are wanting to decide if they are going to allow their child to partake in whatever media venture I have embarked on, they will know what is appropriate. And some people, and I totally respect this, some people are more easily offended than others. Also a mechanism so that if you know you're going to be offended by certain material, you will inevitably know ahead of time, okay, that's some of her material that is just not for me, and that's cool. The colors for the system are as follows: violet or purple. Think G-rated movie. This is for everyone. Everyone rating in video games. Yeah. Nothing offensive or anything. Blue. This is, think PG rating. Maybe like mild other offensive things. Maybe a couple of swears here and there that are not that bad of swears, or some of the more offensive seeming swears, that type of thing. Think that type of thing. Think PG rating with blue. Yellow. This is for like teenagers and up. Think like PG-13 movie, okay? There's some stuff that if you're super conservative, you might want to stay away from that one. And finally, red, which basically think R rating. Yeah, if you are conservative or under the age of like 17, 18, just stay away from the red rating. Admittedly, I am a pretty harmless little human. I don't anticipate making a lot of red-rated stuff, but I don't want people offended if I do. So, there you have it. That is the new rating system. Up until now, I've kind of purposely kept everything purple rating just for lack of rating system. But now I will be applying a rating system to everything. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the Cowry Catchers series by Abigail Hilton. I really enjoyed listening to these as a podcast. I listened to these as a podcast last year. I began listening to the podcast of the Cowry Catchers in an attempt to catch the attention of an attractive human. Said attractive human, you know who you are. There's no mystery there. Spoiler alert, I am still friends with said attractive human. So it turned out really great, actually. So, no sad faces. Turned out really super awesome because I'm still friends with this person. Woo! But Cowry Catchers. that's how it started out for me. I was just, I'm trying to catch the attention of somebody I think is cute. Okay. Then the podcast actually turned out super great. The podcast version on iTunes is free, but you can also get PDF versions of her books. These are by Abigail Hilton. You can also get PDF versions of these books on her website, and they're like $5 each, I think, and there's 5 of them. So it's still not that much money. I did the free version, but if you have the money to do the PDFs as well, I know she can use all the support she can get. So if you do have the money, maybe do that. Either one. As I said, there are 5 of them. The first one is, like most first things in a series, an intro to that world, because they take place in a fantasy world. There's a lot of different mixes of creatures. There's a lot of, we tend to think in terms of, a centaur is like a man and a horse, or a fawn is like a goat and a man. Abigail Hilton took it to a whole other level. There's mixes between, there's half man, half lions, half man, half foxes, half man, half everything. Half man, half ocelots, half what else? Half man, half zebras. That's kind of cool. There's everything. But yeah, the first one is just kind of an intro to the world and the characters. The character Gerard, I found very relatable personally. Silvio, I found very charming and endearing. He was a lot of fun. Thessalon was actually one of my absolute favorite characters. Okay, so for the second one, no spoilers, but warning, the end of book 2 of Cowry Catchers will mess you up. Third one starts out, warning, it starts out really slow and super sad and angsty and just, trust me, it gets better, I would say. The end of the third one and a lot of the fourth one were my favorite parts of the whole series. And the fifth one, this is gonna sound, no spoilers, this is gonna sound like a mixed message about how the whole series ends. The end of book 5 will mess you up. But it is a very solid ending. A very good ending. A very solid, resolute ending. Definitely don't read the end of that one if you are about to have to go to sleep or go to work or anything else like that. You will know what part I am talking about of where to stop at if you start on that one. But yes, that is the Cowry Catcher series by Abigail Hilton. It is super great and doesn't get anywhere near the attention it deserves. I don't even think Abigail Hilton is full-time on the writing, to my knowledge. I could be completely wrong on that, but I definitely recommend that you at least go get the free versions of the podcast, because it is great. Okay, so that wraps everything up, all nice and neat for this week. Stay tuned next week. I will be doing another review time of an indie artist I'm really into. Other than that, it will be a surprise. I will have other content for next week, but it will be a surprise. So stay tuned for next week. Laters.